I think that what we have to do is focus on what is actually strengthening America.
For her part, Kamala Harris remained a loyal defender of an increasingly unpopular President Biden and his policies, despite waning public enthusiasm.
70% of young people under 30, said he was doing a good job. Now it's less than 50%. Why is that? What's going on?
If you poll how young people feel about the climate and the warming of our planet, it polls as one of their top concerns when we talk about what we are doing with student loan debt. Polls very high. The challenge that we have as an administration, we gotta let people know who brung it to them. That's our challenge. That is called Bidenomics. That is called Bidenomics, and we are very proud of Bidenomics.
With chaos at the border and record inflation from Bidenomics, things were about to get worse. In 2022, as Russia began threatening an invasion of Ukraine, President Biden dispatched Kamala Harris to the Munich Security Conference. Her mission? Head off the invasion and cool things down.
The United States, our NATO allies, and our partners have been and remain open to serious diplomacy. We have put concrete proposals on the table.
5 days later, Putin invaded.
It was unprovoked, but this is what Russian President Vladimir Putin unleashed as the sun came up this morning.
After her failure to stop the war, Harris struggled to express the actions of Russia at a news conference in Poland.
That's on top of everything else that we know and don't know yet, based on what we've just been able to see, and because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
As the 2024 election shifted into high gear, Harris stood by President Biden even when questions began to arise about whether he was mentally up to the task of a tough re-election.
Is a vote for Biden a vote for President Harris?
A vote for President Biden is a vote for President Biden and Vice President Harris. We are a ticket. It's called Biden-Harris. That's the administration. That's right on the ticket. Okay. Yes. I was elected. Okay. And I intend to be re-elected, as does the president.
Let me ask you in a different way then. I think there's a lot of people would say she can't say anything else. She couldn't tell if there was a problem.
I'm not lying.
If there was,
but I'm telling you a fact.
But if there ever is a problem,
yeah.
Do you think that you could go tell the American public? Do you think in your role that you're in a position to do that?
Of course, if necessary, but there's no need for that.
After Biden's disastrous debate in June 2024, some accused Harris of covering up the president's mental decline. Harris found herself in an unprecedented election year shuffle.
We have breaking news here. President Biden has announced he will stand down from the race.
President Biden answered a question that many of us have been asking, and that was whether he would endorse his vice president to take his place. And in a statement on social media, he now has.
In another historic first, Kamala Harris became her party's nominee for president without receiving a single vote in a Democratic primary.
We are so honored to be your nominees. This is a people-powered campaign.
Now running for president, Joe Biden's vice president for 4 years promised a new chapter for America. But for many, it's a hard sell.
A new chapter? I mean, she's the incumbent vice president. Democrats have controlled the White House for 12 of the last 16 years. How can Democrats talk about a new chapter turning the page? You guys are the ones writing the book.
A remarkable rise to power from the little girl who was bused to an integrated school across town to the 2024 Democratic nominee for president. The question is, just how much higher might she climb?
She and her, and a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit. What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.